If you really love pumpkin pie but hate making pie crust, I am going to show you how to make a vegan Thanksgiving dessert that's better than pumpkin pie. We're going to have a pumpkin pie layer with a beautiful crumble topping. Let's get started on the pumpkin filling. This is a really easy recipe. Everything goes straight into the blender. All you need is 1 container of Mori-Nu tofu or silken tofu. We're going to add to that 1 cup of non-dairy milk or non-dairy creamer. We have oil, salt, vanilla, and some sugar. One tricky ingredient to get the pumpkin pie to have just the right texture is this agar powder. Agar powder is simply a vegan gelatin. It's made from seaweed, and you can get it online or you can get it at your local Asian market. If you wanted to replace that agar with 5 tablespoons of cornstarch, you could do that, but it will change the texture of the pie and be more like a pudding, like the recipe in this video. Also, we're going to add our pumpkin pie spices. I like to use a combination of cinnamon and then store-bought pumpkin pie spice, but if your family does have a favorite pumpkin pie recipe or pumpkin recipe, I would use their seasoning blend because that's going to make it taste more like what they're used to. All right, that's all we need. Let's get this blended up. It's time to add our pumpkin. We are using 100% pure pumpkin. We are not using pumpkin pie filling. That pumpkin pie filling, already has sugar, it already has seasonings in it. We want to do it our way. So let's do 100% pumpkin pie filling. And we'll blend it one more time. Scrape down the edges of the blender, make sure everything gets all blended in here smoothly. There's our pumpkin pie filling. Doesn't it look nice and creamy? Let's pour this into our container. This is going to go into the oven for about 15 minutes before we add our crumble topping. So let's go ahead and pop it in the oven. Well, that's baking. Let's go ahead and make our crumble topping. For our easy crumble topping, we're just going to need to add some quick oats, or you can use regular oats. We're going to add some flour. You can use any kind of flour. You can use gluten-free or whole wheat or white flour. Whatever you have on hand is fine. We're going to do a little bit of brown sugar and some salt. Stir that together. Once that's all mixed, I'm going to add some melted butter. This is Country Crock plant butter. You can find this at most any grocery store now. We just want to get this all mixed together. Once that, we're going to add some pecans to this. You could add walnuts here or whatever nut you like. And if you don't like nuts, you can leave those out too. It's no problem. That's going to make a great crunchy topping for our pumpkin. Okay, our pumpkin has been in the oven for about 15 minutes. And I'm going to sprinkle my topping on top very carefully because I don't want it to sink in to the pumpkin. I want it to be on top. Doesn't that look lovely? Oh my goodness, this is going to be so good. I'm going to reduce the heat in the oven to 350 and put it back in the oven for about a half an hour. So I let my pumpkin crunch cool for several hours and it's ready to eat. It looks so good. I love this recipe. I'm going to add a little dollop of whipped cream to mine. Just a smidge. I like this way better than pumpkin pie. It's easier to make and it tastes so much better with the crunchy oats and the crunchy pecans. It's so good. If you are looking for some more Thanksgiving recipes, check out my Thanksgiving playlist right here.